Alright, what's up, guys? Just out for another little afternoon cruise for some scooter ramblings. Got a video that I'm going to try to work on this weekend that I've had tons of requests for, and that is the mounting and how I mounted up my Carpy Ride CarPlay. And I'm not set up to put up affiliate links and things like that with YouTube yet, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to print off the parts that I use, because I got them on Amazon, and then I got it specifically off the website for the Carpy Ride for my particular CarPlay for a specific flat mount that they had, and then I got the brackets from the hardware store. But I'll go over that and give you guys the best description on how I did it in the video coming up. Like I said, it's been highly requested, and I'm going to give it to you. But today we are just out riding. It's about 77 out right now, and it's a little warm sitting still, but it feels perfect. Just riding, so I was thinking about going up to the boat ramp and seeing how busy the lake was. It's been pretty overcast today, but I'm sure there's still quite a few people there. So we're going to take a ride up there and see what the lake is looking like right now. The weather's looking great all next week. Thinking about doing excuse me, hit a bump there. Thinking about doing a couple commute rides, and seeing how that goes. I normally leave really early in the morning, and it's dark out even in the summertime. I've never tried out, the dark mode here on my camera, but what can it hurt? I can press record and drive to work and see how it comes out. And maybe I'll combine it in one video, do a little ride to work and a little ride back. The problem I'm having is creating long videos, and the memory with my computer just doesn't even let me finish editing them. And so that's been kind of a problem. And just a basic Apple MacBook. I think it's the Pro, but I didn't, I bought it off the shelf. I didn't have anything upgraded on it or anything like that. And I do have an external hard drive, 1 terabyte I use, but it's not formatted properly because I've had it for a long time. So it was formatted from my old computer and just to store important documents and photos of the kids and things like that, and it's not formatted properly from what I've been reading, and so I can store stuff on there. Excuse me, got an itch. I can store stuff on there. Yeah, we're going right down there. But when it comes, like, I can download from my GoPro to the hard drive. But then to edit, iMovies is what I'm using right now. And I know there's other great ones out there, and I'd be interested to talk to somebody on how some of the other ones work, Final Cut, and I know there's a couple others. I wouldn't be I'd be willing to pay for a different one if it was easier. And I know iMovie's pretty basic, and I don't know even a whole lot about it, but I can't pull the footage from the external hard drive to iMovie. Now it recognizes it, sees it's there, but there's no, when you click on it and open it up, it's like the hard drive is empty. So I have to move each clip to the desktop and edit that clip, and then I have to delete that off the desktop and go get the next one. And by the time I'm done, or towards the end of a 25-30 minute video, the computer doesn't let me do anymore. It's out of memory. And I've been doing some reading, and I know that there's this, and I can't remember exactly what it's called right now, but I think it's a scan disk or something. They have like a 4 terabyte one, and if you format it properly, you can literally work off of that hard drive, and then I shouldn't have any problems because it's not really working off my main hard drive, it's working off that external hard drive. And I could reformat the current one I have, but the problem is there's so much stuff on there that I don't want to get rid of. Pictures of the kids when they were younger, and vacations, and other important documents and things like that. I don't have enough room on the Mac to bring all that over and then format the hard drive and put it back. Anyways, I basically need a new hard drive, and I was going to buy one last year, and I was waiting around Christmas time. They were $250, and I was like, oh, maybe around Christmas it'll come down. And it has done nothing but gone up. I have had it in my Amazon cart for quite a while, probably since last September, October, and it's at $650 now for the same exact one. And that's a huge difference. I'm sure it has to do with all the tariffs and everything like that. Whatever, I get it, right? But that's a fat chunk of change compared to what it was, and I should have bought it last Christmas. But I was hoping for it to go a little bit less, and whatever. So, anyways, that's my dilemma. I can't edit anything bigger than 20-25 minutes because then I run out of deal, and then I can transfer the movie once it's done over to my hard drive and wipe it from my computer. But there's got to be a better way to do it. I'm sure not everybody has these $650 hard drives, and I'm sure not everybody has this extravagant computer for the amount of people that put YouTube videos out. There's got to be something I'm missing. I just don't know what it is. But anyways, any help would be great because I am struggling. Other motorcyclists out. This is kind of a rural road, and it gets busy in the summertime, and everybody's always in a hurry. drives me nuts because I'm just out for a cruise. I got a car behind me. I am not in any hurry. They can go around if they want. But there's a lot of camping up this road and fishing and a small area of the lake they can boat. Well, there's one boat out there. Yeah, pretty quiet. I think somebody was telling me you can rent pontoon boats down there for the day. It's like $300 for the day, which isn't that bad. The way this lake's set up though is you have to just anchor. There's no beach or really shore to pull up to, and there's a lot of rock in the spots that there is. They got a general store and stuff down here. I was just gonna roll in here and see. This place can get really packed. I've done other videos. I've been in here before. A couple buddies from work are here. I see their vehicles. I'm not going to go all the way down in there. But, yeah. Pretty cool little spot about 10 minutes from the house. There's camping down that way. There's RV park up here. And then you can continue up the road straight in front of me and go off-roading and trailing and all sorts of stuff. It winds all the way to the top and goes way up in there a long ways. A little squirrel running across the road. But yeah, I really want to do some more long distance rides, and you know, I'm just do this for fun, and I like to film it. That's part of the hobby, and I like to go back and watch them sometimes. And you know, I don't have a very big following or anything like that, but I'm sure there's a few people that at least like to watch my videos. But I don't have the multiple cameras and all that kind of stuff, you know. Maybe someday, but right now it's just a little hobby and trying to do it budget friendly. But you know, it's hard to start and stop the video and set up shots and edit it all in when you have a computer that's working against you. And my computer's only like a year and a half or maybe 2 years at the most old. It's not like it's very old or anything like that. But you know, I'm kind of been at like, well, what's the point in adding a 360 cam or a second cam to get some road shots or some rollers or anything like that when I can only get a 20-minute video in anyways. That guy honked. I wonder if that was a different guy from work. He has the same car. So anyways, but yeah, I'd like to, you know, be able to take some longer videos and post them. You know, it's like me, when I can't ride, I like to watch riding videos, and I really like, and maybe this is just my preference, but I really like the point of view where I can see kind of the handlebars and the dash and what's ahead and things like that. And it kind of makes me feel like, you know, I watch them late at night before I'm going to bed and stuff. Like, I can kind of almost just daydream and imagine that that's me on that ride, you know. And I'm sure there's people out there that can't ride anymore and things like that. And so this has kind of been my favorite view. I know some people put them out on the front of the bike, like on the front of the windscreen and things like that. Oh, this guy's waiting even though my blinker's on, but that's nice. I appreciate him not pulling out. But they put them out on the front of the windshield and stuff, and then all you see is the road ahead. And it's just not my thing, because I want to see the bike too in the picture, like the first person view, you know, of riding. And so that's what I enjoy, and that's the view of the camera that I give, because that's what I like watching, and I like watching myself go back, you know, going back through it and checking it out and remembering some of the rides I've done. Let's see here. They gotta stop. We do not. Make sure nobody's coming. The blackberries are in season. Maybe if I find a spot that has some more, I can get off the edge of the road, pick a few and eat them. Another thing be great to get some help on is thumbnails. I take pictures on my iPhone, and they're so enormous, I can't even speak. They're too large. They're too large, and by the time I shrink them and reduce them down, the thumbnail's all distorted, and it's terrible, and it's unusable. And so I just have to use the auto-generated ones, which is just basically what you see, and all my videos are basically the same shot thumbnail, and you just kind of have to go by the title. And I don't know how to do all that fancy stuff, you know, and I'm sure it's not hard, I just don't know how to do it. But all these guys on YouTube are doing it, so maybe it's the software they're using, or I don't know. But I need help with space and editing on the computer. And do I really need to step up and buy that extra hard drive, or what? And two, how do I make thumbnails? And I've Googled it, and I've watched other videos, and I don't know, I just get, I guess, frustrated and can't stay focused on it, but either way, let's enjoy the ride and see what we see. Another one of my goals is to start riding this to work a lot more. I kind of become nervous because getting into traffic and things like that, and that's why I ride out here a lot, because I don't like it when people are behind me and things like that. And I guess got to get used to it. You know, I got my mirrors, I got my drive cams front and rear, I got my digital rear view mirror that I have on all the time. I hardly ever use the maps because I always know where I'm going lately, but you know, and I guess it's just intimidating as a newer rider, especially in the dark. I live in a rural area, there's no street lights, anything like that, super dark, riding to work. And then you get somebody with bright lights behind you, and you can't tell how close they are. And, you know, people are becoming jerks on the road. Well, they have been for a long time. It's just nothing but getting worse. And somebody's barbecuing. It smells good. We're doing gyros tonight. But, I think it's just a lot of it is just getting more experience, you know. But I sure enjoy it, the wind therapy. It is absolutely, like right now, it is just like so relaxing. Another thing I did, since we're rambling, is I shopped around for insurance because my insurance was coming up again annually, and I pay it annually in August. And so anyways, so I shopped around and I found a little bit better coverage than what I currently had, and saved like, I can't remember the exact numbers, $160 to $180 a year on the scooter here. That's a lot on the scooter. So yeah, lowered it down, which is great. Very excited about that, because I was considering just taking the insurance off on it completely during the winter, and I've always kept it on full coverage, but I was considering taking it off during the winter when it's really nasty out and I don't ride, and just letting the homeowners take over if anything happened inside the garage. But I'll probably leave it on now. Then I can, you know, because sometimes that's the other issue I have, you know, sometimes even in the winter, you get a decent day. I don't really care if it's cold, but I like it to be dry, or at least not raining. I don't care if the road's wet, really, but, you know, you get a decent day where it's dry for the day, and it's like, I'll still get out and ride. You know, I rode not very much, but last October, September, October, November, I even rode in December. I rode one day in January on all dry days, so it's really nice to be able to have the insurance on it year round. So to be able to save a bunch of money is great. So excited about that. Haven't been up this way in a while. Oh, and I guess what I was trying to get at back when I was talking about it 5 minutes ago was my point of view and watching, you know, people ride late at night and things like that before I go to bed. It doesn't have to be a scooter. I don't care what you're riding or what you're on, you know, Harleys, BMWs, Triumphs, Moto Guzzi's, Honda Groms, you know, Yamaha Tierneys. I like watching all styles of riding through the woods, you know, out on the highway, long trips, short trips. I just enjoy it. And so, you know, even though I'm on a scooter, which I know is not a popular option by some, it is for others. And just because I'm on a scooter doesn't mean that I don't like all the other bikes too. And someday I'll own another bike or two, you know. I'm still young enough I can get different bikes in the future, or at least I hope I can, you know. So I'd really like to get and I've said this many times in videos, but adventure bike, but I think I'm gonna hold off for a while and just enjoy this. This one's paid for, ride it whenever I want, you know, not worry about it. And I've been talking with the kids lately, and my daughter's really gotten into water sports lately, and my son's about to be 18 here next year, and so they're getting a little older, and I was talking to them, and we really want to get a boat, but I don't really have a place to put a boat. I have a 2-car garage, but it'd have to be able to fit in there diagonally, and probably a collapsible tongue on the you know, on the trailer, and I might have to take the deck off the back. I don't know. So it's not really ideal. And then 2, I don't even have a truck. So it's kind of a really big investment to go buy a boat, because I got to buy a truck too. But I've been doing a bunch of research, and my car will pull a wave runner and a trailer. And I know a bunch of people with boats and things like that, so that part of it's not a big deal, but at least it gets me out on the water on something that I own and the kids can play on. And we've been looking at one of the big ones where you know, you can ski behind it, tube behind it, wakeboard, carries 3 people, all that kind of stuff. And so yeah, you know, that's more family oriented than the motorcycle, and I have some on 2 wheels right now, so I think I'm gonna lean more towards that here in the near future, and that'll get us out doing some camping more and on the lake and things like that, and create a bunch of memories and be fun. So I haven't even gone and looked at them yet in person or anything like that. I just been looking at them online and watching some videos, and they're cool. They're super cool. I got friends that got them too, so they've been helping me with the different holes and how they handle and stable they are and all that kind of stuff. But some dark clouds. Really dark clouds over east. I'll go up here to my turnaround spot, and then yeah, look at those clouds. Bullet casings everywhere. Doesn't surprise me. Wanted to bring you guys back this way to see that view. There's a bunch of glass and stuff there. I don't want to stop there. There's even more there. Oh, yeah. Well, there you have it, guys. I'm gonna end the video here. And thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and let me know if you guys know anything about any of that scooter stuff I was talking about. Alright, thanks for watching.